I'm Ruth Oniang'o. I'm a retired professor of food science and nutrition. I'm Kenyan, and I serve on the BioInnovate Program Advisory Committee, and I've done that for the last 4 years or so. We are concerned about what Africa can offer the rest of the world from its natural resources in the form of marketable products. So we connect with the companies, with institutions that do research, with universities especially, to see how their innovative minds can actually give us products which eventually can be marketable from our natural resources, be they medicines or food or fertilizer or oils for fuel that are environment friendly. You know, you do it in a sustainable way, whatever you do. But also at the same time, these are products that are good for health, for human health. They can also be for animals. Yeah, but the argument is that Africa is really the source of the cradle of natural resources in the world. We don't exploit it. And that's something that we can actually exploit and take it to the world market and also consume locally. I have operated beyond the borders of Kenya, right? East Africa, but also beyond Africa, but also beyond. So I bring those experiences from elsewhere, you know, to the discussion. And then I publish a journal, and because I publish a journal, I read a lot. And I read a lot on research, because the journal carries information that scholars are publishing after they have done research. And research is a very special area in itself. It's science. So you are not just publishing anything. I mean, it's not a newspaper, but you are basing your publication on science. And so BioInnovate is actually putting science into our natural products. They are producing these products and they can give you a recipe. It's been tested and you can reproduce it. That's why it can go to the market. And then the other thing I bring in is my own field of expertise, which is food science and nutrition. I mean, tell me who doesn't eat? Food science and nutrition. So that way we are able to talk about the food products that come out of our natural base. Yeah, like we have toffees from Uganda. You know, it's a sweet, but it's not a sweet that is going to spoil your teeth. It's been mixed of honey and other herbs, and it's selling very well, you know. So it doesn't have pure sugar. So you have that. Then you have baby foods being produced from our grains or from sorghum, yeah. And then we have wines, you know, which we are actually producing as we deal with the wastes. And the waste, we have the waste. Waste, as we process food, there's so much waste. So what do we do with that waste beyond putting it as fertilizer in our food products? You can actually produce some other things. So I bring in the food part, but also I bring in the medicinal part, in that for me, I usually say a mother is the first doctor in the house. And why are you the first doctor in the house? Before you start rushing to the hospital, there's so much around you can do to, to really prevent disease or manage disease in your household, you know, with your own children. And many of these things are natural. So you really protect the consumer, you protect your family, you protect everyone against toxins. So you talk about toxins and how to also deal with our environment. And so it just comes sort of in totality. We need good governance. All these Eastern African countries who are working together, first of all, they are in an economic bloc, trading between each other. And I can tell you there's no need to fight here, because it's like almost every country has something unique they produce to sell to the other country. I was in the Kenyan parliament when we were actually coming up with the East African, the new East African. And I remember talking about us learning from each other. leveraging our strengths to come up with a strong Eastern African economy. And that's where BioInnovate actually sits, because we operate with the groups in Arusha who are relevant to what we do. We go to different countries, like we go to Uganda, you know, even though these are individual sovereign states, but they trade together. A lot of projects going on that combine the two. But we don't do a good enough of it. And a lot of it is not even the political, maybe politics, but also the people side. Yeah, like during this corona right now, where I've sat down watching a TV, something I'd never done before, seeing trucks carrying mostly food. Food is the most traded commodity in Eastern Africa. And food is perishable. And it is at the port, you know, at the border, sitting there for days. Of course it goes to waste, and people suffer, the producers and the marketers as well. So we can do better with better governance and with better informing of everyone concerned through communication, you know, such as what you do, that we are one and the same. That together as Eastern Africa, we can actually have a much better economy, which helps everyone. Bioeconomy, imagine if we just manage properly what we have, whether forests or rivers or birds or bees, is all interconnected. We shall even have regular rainfall that manages our crops, but we shall also eat from that very forest that we manage, rather than keeping the forest and wildlife for outsiders to come and see, and we ourselves do not benefit from. So I see an economy that really thrives on that, and it requires very deliberate political will. It requires very deliberate governance. It requires an understanding of why the natural resource is good, you know. Yeah, you see, we urbanize and then we become cities, and I go around and say, where is green? You know, each time I say where is green, I think of Wangari Maathai. Where is green? Where's green? Where's the grass? What have we done here? You know, so it's even just good to look at. Actually, it just makes you feel better, and you even can prolong your life.